Hello, everybody, and this is That's a Deal Comics, and I am back with some crazy news. So, I more or less my childhood with old comic books I used to have and be around. Honestly, they were my grandpa's, and he let me pick out a handful, just to take with me, and because I was mentioning about them, and I'm so happy I got to, because it was just nostalgia from when I got to read these as a kid. So I'm gonna show them to you and go from there. And honestly, it was kind of eye-opening the amount of books I was reading, and could not find. I remember reading for my first book was Spawn #1, but I could not find that. But you never know, I might find it at some point. So here we go. Right here, got some old Tales from the Crypt. It is not the super old one. It's like a reprint. But these old books I used to read, and the freaking art was amazing. The stories were always great. Really loved the cover. Excuse the bags. The bags were in just about everything. I changed some of them, but I ran out. So that's just what it is. There was another one actually on the inside of it. Another one, Haunt of Fear, and sick cover with featuring the Old Witch, the Vault Keeper, and the Crypt Keeper. So this is so cool, really cool. And here's another one, The Vault of Horror #1. And these were just the best, reading these scary stories as a kid. And, I know it's a little mature for when I started reading these. I was like, maybe like 6, maybe 8. Just, of course, I read a little bit, more or less. A lot of stuff was scary, but it was good. Really good stuff. Just love how these old covers came together. And again, I know I'm missing a lot of bags and boards for these. I will get them back and boarded. But really amazing stuff with a werewolf and all that. So I thought that was really, really cool. The amount of times I kept just smiling because I just kept seeing all these old books I used to read. I would go and stay over my grandparents when I was a kid, and I would just sit there for hours just reading and just flipping through book after book. This is Morbius #1, Rise of the Midnight Suns. Thought this was still cool. It kind of still has the poster in the background. So, and there's a lot of older books. I think there was a lot more books, honestly. But I only took a handful, because at some point I'll go back, to visit and maybe get another handful. But this one right here was Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy #5. Not in the best condition, but again, never selling these. These are way too special to me growing up. So, really cool. Really cool stuff. Here's Beavis and Butthead #1. Thought it was kind of hilarious. If you know the song Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. This would be Scraping the Jaw, Scraping the Jaw. It's kind of funny. And, there's a lot of old Spider-Man. Well, 90s and a little bit older than that. But the Lethal Foes of Spider-Man #1. Thought that was kind of cool. Here's another one. I used to love these too. The Marvel 2-in-1s with the Thing and Black Panther when they're team-ups and stuff like that. Always thought that was awesome, as a kid. I'm getting into some older. Here's The Web of Spider-Man #17. Thought that was awesome. Really cool. Really good condition too, especially with the bags. There was no boards really in any of them, but it was very good condition. And again, some of these books I did run out of, bags and boards, so I don't have any more. I gotta buy some more. So I know some of these kind of irksome keys. This one in particular is Deadpool. I think this is his second appearance, if I'm right. I don't know, but I know this book is pretty big, so I thought this was awesome. That's how I pretty much read anything about Deadpool as a kid. Here's this one, Nova #1. I need to get all these bags and boarded. And there was a lot of big big books coming up that I never really realized as a kid. You know, you don't really think much about it besides to read them. The Savage She-Hulk number 19. There's an old The Avengers number 234, Seasons of the Witch. If anybody's familiar, by the way, with Wanda, watch. It's going a little hectic, going from comic books to the normal MCU to Marvel Zombies. Watch it; it's pretty good. Here's another one, The Deadly Foes of Spider-Man number 1, which is really crazy. The amount of number 1s that were in this in the big crate of comics. There was lots of other books. Again, this is only a small portion, so stuff I got to look back through again. Here's the Incredible Hulk number 212, and man, it was just a blast from the past with a lot of these books. And of course, everyone recognizes this one. Marvel Comics presents number 79, Weapon X, with Wolverine, with all his all that extra gear and crap. Thought that was pretty cool, especially when he got his adamantium claws. Really cool. Really cool. I'm going to get that bag imported as soon as I can. And a lot of other random stuff. Believe it or not, this is right here, Baseball Superstars, Ken Griffey Jr. If anybody's familiar with any of these old baseball Superstar comics, I'd gratefully appreciate any, information on them. If not, I'll just look it up myself. But really cool stuff. A lot of stuff still in the package. So, anybody's familiar with this? The Terminator, 1 of 2. Thought this was just a sick cover. I mean, what's not to like, with the Terminator. Here's another one. This one is opened, but it still has the poster and everything in it. The Rise of the Midnight Suns, Night Stalkers, number 1. There's Blade. Really cool. Okay, here's another one. If anybody's familiar with Bill and Ted's excellent comic book. If anybody's seen the movie with Bill and Ted, it's always funny. It's number 1, by the way. So, again, number 1s, back to back. Here's another one. King Size Special, The Inhumans, The Untold Saga. And I swear I think that dog is named Lockjaw. I can't remember. Obviously, that's Black Bolt. I can't remember for the life of me a lot of these characters' names. Never really read much into the Inhumans. Here's another one. The X-Men, The Early Years, number 1. So, that was kind of cool. Giving a little homage or something to the first ever X-Men. And again, a lot of these ones were some in bag and board, and some of these and these type ones. Free Cerberus. That is Cerberus the Aardvark. I believe these books are actually worth a lot. This one in particular, I don't know. Maybe like $20. I don't know. But yeah, really cool. Really obscure type of comics, like indie comics. And I saw this one. Of course, it is not in any good condition, really, but I couldn't pass it up. It's called Eerie Magazines. Number, I believe this was 50? 350? 50? I don't know. But I thought it was sick because it has the Wolfman and Dracula on. Really cool front cover, as well as a pretty sick back cover. That's always cool. And I took this too. It's not much. It's just they usually give these freebies when you go to a comic book store, and they give you usually a magazine. This was from 1993. Sorry, I can't stand up. It's very old, but I thought it was awesome looking back because, again, this is before I was born, and my grandfather was still getting comic books here and there. Here's another one. This was awesome. We're getting into the bag and boards part now. Number 258, The Amazing Spider-Man. I used to have this book. I have no clue what I did with it. Unless, I don't know, maybe I sold it. Maybe I lost it. I don't know. Sometimes I wouldn't think much about it. But I'm never, ever selling this book because this book was just amazing with the whole black suit Spider-Man and him kind of, I don't know, choosing between which one was gonna, overtake him, I guess. And here's this one, Masters of the Universe, Series 2 of 3, number 2. I thought that was awesome. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. I always used to watch the Saturday morning cartoons. So, here's another one. I have 2 of these now, so that's always cool. But I'm going to keep this one because this one's better. Spider-Man number 2 with him with the bloodlust of the lizard. It's always sick. Here's another Web of Spider-Man number 21. And it's really actually kind of cool. They're black suit Spider-Man against himself. Unless it's a clone, or it could be the Chameleon. Taking Spider-Man's identity again, which usually that's his kind of motive. And here's another Incredible Hulk number 301. A lot of these old Incredible Hulks, which was actually really awesome because I'm trying to complete the whole run. And here's Spider-Woman number 1. I thought that was awesome because I think I saw number 2 in a shop, but I never saw number 1. Here's Solar Man number 2. Did not see number 1, but again, I'm going to have to look through it when I get another chance. Here's this one, Solo Adventure starring Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch number 5. It's kind of cool. And here's I already have this. I have I think 2 copies or 1 copy, but hey, the more the merrier. Number 1, Hercules of Power. And ignore that because that was this cardboard falling down. Anyways, here's this one right here. Venom, Lethal Protector number 1. I was so excited to see this book. I read this already. I don't know how many times I've read this, even growing up and just going to a comic store. I used to have a copy, lost it, or I don't know, parents got rid of it. I don't know. Who knows? But this will always forever stay on my collection. So happy I got this. I've been looking for this book. And of course, it's in immaculate condition. Alright, and here's another one. Starman number 0. Apparently this book is actually worth some money, which I have no idea what type of DC character this is, so I'll have to read it since it's number 0. So, there's that. And there goes another cardboard. Whatever. Oh, huh. I have 2 copies. The Inhumans, The Untold Saga. How did I not see that? I do not know how I did not see that. That was funny. Okay. This one is also another key, which was awesome again. The Toxic Avenger number 1. I've been looking for this book out in the wild. This book is always pricey, especially I know the movie came out with Peter Dinklage. But for the most part, there was nothing wrong with this book whatsoever. It was clean, no tears, no spine rolls. I think maybe 1 spine tick, I think that's what I saw. But overall, and it's, a newsstand as well. But amazing, just amazing. I actually considered getting it graded as well. So, looking forward to that. Really, really cool comic. And it's a big key, so thought it was kind of neat. And if anybody knows this, here's Darkhawk number 1. I've been looking for this book too, and every single time it just eludes me. Never ever get to find it just out in the wild, and people are always waiting for it to go up because I'm thinking there's going to be a movie at some point. There's opportunity there, but again, I don't know. But number 1, no issues, no flaws. It's clean. Really, really cool. A lot of these extra cartoon books. Scooby-Doo, number 3, apparently is actually worth some money. I used to watch the heck out of Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And I think Scrappy-Doo, everything with the the Kooky Space Kook, and is it? I don't even know. It's the one with the weird laugh. Really funny stuff, but thought it was always kind of cool, so I grabbed it. It's just childhood stuff. Just always laughed at old cartoons, and took this one as well. Number 1, all new Betty and Veronica. There was some Archie in there, and I've read a little bit. I used to actually get the Reader's Digest, and I'll have to show that in another video at some point. But I always collected a lot of those smaller Reader Digest books. So here's this one. If anybody's familiar with this movie, Nightbreed, number 1. And again, no flaws. This book was so clean, and the old bag and board it was using, there was no board obviously, but the bag was so this weird type of material. Really clean though. And here is Hulk number 302. More to add to the run. I'm excited about that. Here's another one. Number 1 in a 3-issue limited series, Darkman. I know there's a movie. I've never seen it. I think I've seen little parts of it as a kid, but don't remember. But really, really clean. Just a newsstand also. Clean book. Nothing wrong with a lot of these books. Here is Darkhawk number 2, and he's fighting the Hobgoblin and is guest starring Spider-Man. I have 2 copies of that now. So this one's obviously going to be the best one. Here's another DC book with the Green Lantern Corps, number 200. Wow. Man, all these, thought this was just really cool with the central power battery. Let's see. Oh, I saw this. I grabbed it. I used to have it. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 7, when he rips apart the cover with them getting married. I used to have this book, too, somewhere. Here's this one, Warlock and the Infinity Watch. The aftermath of the Infinity Gauntlet. Still waiting on seeing more stuff for Warlock. Here's this one. The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, 49. This one I saw, I grabbed it. The Uncanny X-Men, number 211. Obviously, I'm going to grab this because, of course, the border and Wolverine on the front cover. Cool. There's another Spider-Man comic book, number 28, presents Spidey Super Stories, together again with Medusa. Here's another border cover, X Factor, number 10. Wasn't going to pass this up because I'm trying to get a lot of these. And I'm actually kind of interested in maybe completing like the entire run. Found this book, only one, but unless, somewhere, there's probably more, who knows. The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, number 29. A really cool cover. At least I think so, the grave robbing and all that. Here's RoboCop, number 1. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. If anybody's seen RoboCop. I got some memories with that movie. This is how I got into Spider-Man, actually, as a kid. Amazing Fantasy 15. Obviously, it's a reprint. But that's the closest I'll ever probably get to, owning Amazing Fantasy 15. Unless by some chance or miracle I find a copy out in the wild. But this is literally how I learned about Spider-Man. Reading how it started out as a kid. Like, I'm actually kind of happy I started out from the beginning. And how it, with how he got his powers and pretty much his whole origin story. I made sure I'm keeping that book. I might actually reread it again. Here's the Jaguar from Impact Comics, number 1. My grandpa actually found that. He's like, hey, you should take that. I'm like, all right. Here's Nightbreed, number 2. And again, amazing cover. Real, scary and, kind of horror genre. Here's another book, another Impact comic, number 1, Black Hood. Here's another Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man and Juggernaut on the cover, number 238. Awesome. And here is Hawkeye #1. Made sure to, actually I was kind of curious about this because I'm like, I swear I thought I had a couple runs of Hawkeye, but couldn't remember. Oh, and here's ROM #60. I used to have ROM #1. Bill and Ted's Excellent Comic Book #2. I think that's Death. So, if anybody's seen the Bill and Ted movies, they're pretty good. I recommend it. It's kind of goofy, a little childish, but kind of funny. All right, and we got the last 4 books. Here's another DC book, #1, War of the Gods. And this was a landmark first issue with all the superheroes from Dr. Fate, Shazam, Lobo, Hawkman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Oh gosh, I think it might be the entire Justice League back there. Etrigan, I see Flash, Aquaman. Might be everybody. Jeez. Really cool because there's a poster, actually. Their posters are still inside. And here's Beavis and Butthead #2. That was kind of funny. I like reading these goofy comics, especially watching the Beavis and Butthead show from MTV. Here's Donald Duck #1. Couldn't pass up on this. I used to be kind of into a lot of the, the Dell comics. This obviously isn't Dell, but, had the original price sticker, 99 cents, so of course I'm going to keep it. And here is the last book. Toxic, I think, Crusaders #2. And he's like, it's cleaning up time. I cannot say enough about this huge pile of comic books. It was just a big delight. I never felt so happy just seeing a lot of these old books. And again, a lot of these books are from my childhood, and that's what I grew up on, reading a lot of these different comic books and knowing a lot of these superheroes like Spider-Man, Superman, Hulk, Fantastic Four, the Inhumans. Horror comic books, pre-code horror was my favorite. I still love reading it. The stories, I'm surprised they don't do like adaptations. I think they try to do a little bit with Creepshow, the movies, and if you've seen the series, I recommend it. Go watch it on Shudder. But really good stuff. I've yet to see the new movie for the Toxic Avenger with Peter Dinklage as I guess he's obviously the Toxic Avenger. I'm gonna have to see if I can watch the movie at some point and kind of go from there. Then I heard there were some mixed reviews, but it's whatever. Anyways, there will be more videos to come because I guess there is a lot more comic books that I've yet to even look at. And I'm excited because I get to, every single time I pop over there, I might be able to just take pretty much a big old handful again, just like I just did, and go from there because, eventually these are just going to go to somewhere else or someone else. So I want to take as many as I can, So I appreciate anybody who's watching. And I would like if anybody could go and see my other videos I have up currently right now. I will be back with more. Hopefully I will be back with some I'm going to try to read some at some point just to start. See how it is, if I'm liking it or not. And then after that, I just want to more or less probably keep collecting more comic books and add them to my collection. And these I will obviously not be selling whatsoever. Oh man, just too good to be true. Finding a lot of these books. Anyways, I appreciate anybody who is watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. Any support from my channel, subscribe. I really, really, really would like anybody to subscribe. So much support. It's good stuff. And of course, I'm actually gonna see if I can. While I'm at it, while I'm getting bags and boards, I might see if there's anything at local comic shop and kind of go from there with those. So future videos, will be out in the open. All right, well, have a good night, everybody. And again, read your comic books, and it doesn't hurt every once in a while to go see your grandparents. Because you never know if you have some old stuff and they have old comic books you used to read. So, recommend it. All right. Have a good one.